Hey everybody, Rodamon here. Thanks for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included, episode 30. So first things first, sorry I wasn't able to get the episode out to you last airing time, but I'll try to make it up to you this episode. So the game plan for this episode, if you're wondering. I want to try to get the metal refinery set up far more than it currently is. But before that, I wanted to go over some tips. So Crash M mentioned about how task lighting works. The only tasks that benefit from task lighting are ones with progress bars. So I'll demonstrate that in just a second. But to that end, I am slightly redesigning the base here, just a little bit. So I'm getting rid of some of the task lighting that we don't need. Like... you know, stuff that doesn't have the progress bars, and then adding it in where we do have progress bars. So, for instance, lights are nice in bathrooms. Who knew, right? But, there we go. Let's get those in. Looks like I need to start filtering some water. There we go. So, the steam turbine room. First things first, I want to uproot my Weezeworts. It is way too cold in here, so I'm just going to uproot it so that we don't end up literally freezing my oil, which is actually pretty close to happening. I'd prefer that not to happen, so we'll get that done. In fact, I'll make it a priority just in case... Oh no, these are already really, really high priority. That's fine. Alright. Let's see here. I did want to redesign the kitchen a little bit, so I'm going to get that done right now. Go ahead and destroy everything in there. So the reason being, I want the auto sweeper to help out with the kitchen. Alright, what else? The stone hatches here, or smooth hatches, I'm going to start to kill off. I no longer need them. I am going to have a metal refinery, so I want them to die. They are very, very, very hard to manually attack, so I'm just going to passively starve them out for a while here. Alright. So as you can see, yeah, here's a good example. This grooming is not a progress bar. This is just an oxygen bar. It's not actually progress. Whereas, let's find something that has a progress bar. Cooking, for instance, has a progress bar. That one is a task that benefits from progression. Or construction, but building lights for construction is, well, not worth it. I will definitively say. Don't do that, because you'll be constantly building lights that are used so temporarily. Okay, we're getting things built. Let's see, what else? I need to set up a battery for this. Oh, that's plastic tile. I need to set up a battery for my steam generators. Good. All right. We got the Weezeworts out. I also want to set up a station. What would it be? The power control station. So that we can tune them up. And let's put in a storage bin in there. Then additionally, I'm going to want heavy watt joint plates to allow the power that the steam generators produce to be carried on over to, yeah, the rest of the batteries. So, that's a whole lot of cabling. I'm going to temporarily cease my rock crusher from crushing anything. Alright, come on, guys. Get building. Alright, I guess what I'm going to do is make the kitchen redesign a top priority. And shipping conveyor rail. Let's complete the conveyor rail so that things can start dropping into the storage bin. In fact, let's get some additional storage bins. That wouldn't hurt. Alright, so now that most of the stuff that was in the kitchen is being destroyed, I'm going to set up my auto sweeper here instead. I'm going to put up a conveyor chute here. I'll have the rail systems run like this. And then we will also want wires like this. Let's see, a ceiling light. And that's where our grill is going to go. Eventually, sometime down the line, maybe I set up a gas range, but I'm not quite there yet. So, yeah, I won't be doing that at the moment. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move everything over one. So, how do I want this built? I want it like... Let me lay this out while it's paused. 1, 2, 3, 4. Light. Power. Auto sweeper. Shoot. Conveyor rail. And 2 storage bins. Looks perfect. Priority. Super high. Go. Hey, dude. Let's wrangle you up. In fact, 8, 9, 7... Okay, we have the perfect amount. Once this is fully incubated, I'm going to have too many stone hatches, so I'm going to need to kill some off. But we'll do that later. Or, well, we'll do that soon. Alright, so we're going to get the kitchen redesign. And the kitchen redesign will benefit from the sweeper doing some of the work for us. That's sort of the point. So let's make sure raw eggs go in here. Barbecue, cooked fish, fried mushroom, meat, omelet, paku, tofu, mushrooms. And I guess curative tablets. Actually, no, not even curative tablets. So in this, we'll have critter eggs. And in here, I will have eggshells at 1. Speaking of polluted dirt, I'm going to destroy my composting and put my dirt in this feeder here. I'm going to be converting this ranch over to something else. So there we go. We got that set up. Alright, so the lights are going to allow us to take showers and go to the bathroom and use the sinks faster. That will be useful. Whee! And then, with that in mind, I'm also putting task lighting over the rock crusher so that we refine faster. Because I'm going to need a lot of refined gold for my oil refinery. Speaking of which, I am going to want to, let's see, put in some walls here, and then dig a lot of this slime out. So that this area is not slimed constantly. Because then we'll have to continually decontaminate it, and that's a big old no thanks. Alright, why are you not plugged in? Because I probably did not plug you in. Alright, so once the sweeper is plugged in, it will help to tidy up my my kitchen automatically, which will be of great benefit, honestly. Great benefit. I'm redesigning this little corner over here, and this will make sense to you real soon. So here is an example. One who has many. As you can see, one of the benefits he has is called a lit workspace. Same with Dennis Keith. These yellow bars indicate a task where lighting benefits you. So thanks, Crash M, for clearing that up. And to that end, I also wanted to speed up the rate at which we wash our hands here. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm raising the height of the ceiling so I can put some lights in. Maybe it seems crazy, but that's what I want. A smart battery. I'll just make this out of lead because I'm not worried about it overheating. And this smart battery is going to be used to drive automation for our steam generators. Telling the steam generators when to turn on, when to turn off, etc. So we'll get that built. Alright, so this insulated tile, that looks great. Why isn't it? Oh. Yeah, no, I don't want to build it. I want to get rid of it. Alright, next high priority project. Now that my kitchen is sort of auto sweeping itself, let's sweep up the remainder of what's in here, and then I'll also have to keep an eye on temperature because it has the possibility of overheating, so I'll have to keep an eye on it. Oh, speaking of overheating, building Weezewort. Give me your Weezewort. That looks mightily wrong. Let me just correct that, even though it's functionally correct. Actually, you know what? I might be able to... No. I don't know why that didn't work. Well, it's functionally correct. So let's destroy this here. Yeah, I'll fix it. It's gonna bug me. Alright, we have a ton of projects over here in progress. Alright, plumbing. There, that looks better. And then, this will allow for task lighting. So, this light covers almost all the sinks. It might not cover the last one. And then that gets all of them. That gets everything, I think. I believe. Could be wrong. But it's the effort that counts. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, there we go. At least these two sinks will wash our hands faster. Probably all of them. Once it's built. Alright, so this is going to be a drop-off point for Pokeshells and spawns now. Where did my stone hatch go? I don't know. But let's start incubating glossies and replacing older glossies with younger ones. Because I would say coal and plastic are probably the things I need most. So there should be a stone hatch somewhere. I don't know where he is. Whatever. Now let's get this plumbing set up. And get the wire set up so that we're actually benefiting from it. Run some water filtration. Okay, that's definitely getting built. This is almost out of food poisoning. Ooh, done. Flow! Flow, my fresh water, flow. The hydrogen vent, 27 days, okay. Or cycles, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this looks nice and fancy, so let's queue up what we want to cook. Fried omelets, or omelets, fried mushrooms, barbecue, cooked fish. That's a recipe list. As you can see, the auto sweeper is delivering ingredients to the electric grill, and Magenta Fairy is now lit workspace working faster, and then once things get cooked, they will automatically be auto-swept back up into the refrigerator, dramatically limiting the amount of labor around feeding ourselves. That was the whole design. And here we go, more lit workspace for washing our hands. So as you can see, Sine Curve and Angelia both have the benefit of light. So that's terrific. Let's sweep up the remainder of this stuff. So other things I wanted to do, plastic tiling. I want to get a significant amount of this base plastic tiled, especially the high traffic stuff. I'm going to leave some of the, you know, mesh tiles in, but here, we are going to put carpet in here. This is also high traffic. And this is extraordinarily high traffic. And will be soon, even more so. Yes, there is issues here. This will need to be airflow tiles. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have it be open where we just jump across. Because it's, it allows more of this hydrogen to flow towards the gas pump. I also have to think about what's good for, you know, what's good for airflow, not just speed. But we'll get that set up. Alright, the rock crusher. I'm going to need to crush a ton, literally, actually, a ton of gold. Because I need the gold for radiant piping. My radiant pipes are going to be made out of gold because they're thermally reactive and have a high overheat temperature. And they're going to be built around here. But I'm going to wait until I have a lot more refined gold to do that. So I'm going to be replacing these smooth hatches with Pokespawn. Because Pokespawn generate lime, which is a useful ingredient for steel. They eat rotten stuff. So, as a result, I'm putting my rotten food into the feeder. And I did get rid of my composting because I need the rot. I also am going to break down these boxes here. Here, let me deconstruct them carefully because I know there's, crap. I think I hit it anyway. I was going to say, I know there's conveyor lines underneath, and then I deconstruct a conveyor line. Here, one who is many can fix that. Right up. There we go. So I'm breaking that down, and I'm letting all that food that I was stored there rot purposefully. And in fact, let's replace some of this with airflow tile so that this carbon dioxide can manage its way down to my skimmer eventually. Alright, this is already an ugly enough place to work. Let's tidy it up a little bit. This digging tasks, everything here I'm going to set as 7. Alright, so now this is a work errand. Let's have this as 7. And we're going to start crushing the gold so that I can sufficiently build all the piping. So now that we have sort of taken form here, what I'm going to do is lay out my metal refining area. So we're going to have a liquid reservoir here. Between the liquid reservoir and the metal refinery, we're going to put Weezeworts. I'm going to have Weezeworts here as well, and maybe here as well. Alright, and then go to refinement. I'm going to want a kiln. Let's make it out of gold. And then I want a metal refinery. I'm going to make it out of obsidian because it's thermally reactive. I want thermal reactivity. And then I want a rock crusher. I'm going to make this out of gold as well for temperature's sake. Alright, and let's get this plugged in. Cool. So this is roughly the layout. A lot of plumbing is missing for the metal refinery. But that's kind of the rough idea. Alright, I have tons and tons and tons of things that I have queued to construct. So I'm going to let my dupes take a breather. Thank you, Autosweeper. That's just a lot better design. Another thing I might want to do is pressure-plated incubators at some point, so they don't use up as much power. In fact, I'm going to do that now. I don't know where I physically want to put the incubators. Maybe over here. This is sort of a strange corner that I could utilize. Alright. We'll get that built. Okay, we have a ton more tasks. So if I am incubating, it's going to look something like this. We're going to have automation, weak plate, automation wires. Hope I have the dimensions right. Going off of memory here. Yeah, let's get that built. Because, yeah, this incubator's already broken away. One could make the argument that the incubator would make most sense having it really close to the egg storage bin. But it also generates a bit of heat, so I don't want it too close for that reason. they're getting this done quick. Incubator. So the wait plates are so that the incubators only turn on when someone is standing there. That way, they're not constantly drawing power. And there's our long list of incubators. Taking a look at my base's total temperature. I do have some hot spots, but nothing that really worries me yet. Like, it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to put, like, a Wheezewort here, maybe. Alright, we got some new printables. Ranching and decorating, but you're allergic, so no. Mouth breather, no thank you. Farting, no. I guess joyous seed. Alright, we're slowly plastic tiling up this run here, which will dramatically speed up our commute to the oil refinery once it's done, because I intend to put a door here. A pneumatic door to allow my refiners to come from this airlock, rather than go all the way around, which would be dreadfully long. And then once that's done, I'll put floorboards here, or wall that off so they can only come from one direction. Okay, so I'm gonna need a flower pot here because there is airborne slime lung. Definitely want to sort that out. So we'll get the flower pot done. I'm not gonna bother putting the Wheezeworts in here yet, though. It can wait. So how much refined gold do I have? Not a ton. Not a ton. Alright, so all this is gold. Okay, so that's going to be the start of the liquid radiant piping. And as you can see, the need for gold really high. It's kind of funny because the it would be really nice to have a metal refinery fully constructed so that I could make gold a little bit easier, but it's like chicken and the egg in a way. I need the gold for the metal refinery first. Alright, I'm going to disable the... Actually, I believe the oil refinery is not a work task and therefore does not need to be lit, but let me double check. I'm just going to use the mini pump to pump out some oil so the refinery can run. Alright, we're starting to get a lot of these heavy watt joint plates built. And that way our steam turbine can actually produce power for us. Okay, it is not. I just saw them do the work. It is not a work task. So let's get rid of the ceiling light. I'm just going to disable it for now. I guess they did not want to build that. That's okay. I got a lot going on, I get it. Alright, this needs to be a buddy bud to kill the slime lung. There will be pooled carbon dioxide here. I don't really care. If I really cared, I could move my oxiferns over there or something, but I'm not going to sweat it. It's not that big of a deal to me. Alright, do we have more radiant piping? No, we do not. This insulated line should then eventually lead to the oil refinery. But what I am going to want is some directionality. So let's put in a liquid bridge here. There we go. Good. Man, a lot of work, right? A lot of work. So we have a fair bit of petroleum set up. I don't really want to invest in a petroleum generator. I don't find that they're great. They're not... I mean, they produce a lot of power, don't get me wrong, but it takes a lot of processing. There's ways around that, of course, which would be to use heat to produce petroleum. Like magma and not oil refine it. And that way you're producing more power for your input. But with steam and natural gas, speaking of natural gas, we have not even touched up here. Neat. That's fine. I mean, you know, whatever. Not a big deal. I am in no way ready to set up for natural gas. So these guys are starting to get hungry, but not quite starving yet. I'm in no rush to get Poke spawns, so I'll just wait for them to starve out. We're starting to plastic up the common pathing here, right? So I'll continue that plasticking for increased commute speed. And when you build a tile over a previous tile, it just like immediately swaps it. So it's not going to let the gas go. It's not the same for liquid, but for this water we do have a catch basin or whatever you want to call it. So that the water is not going to be dumped. And here's a lit work task again. Ceiling lights playing an important role. Alright, Weezwort. And here, again, a lit workspace for the refined gold. Okay. I don't suspect that we build this anytime soon. But I just wanted to lay out the piping. Ooh, slime lung in the water. Nice. That's just because we're washing our hands. But, oh, here we go. Incubating. Incubate. Let's, some Drecklet, more Glossies, and more stone. Hey, there's some regular hatchlings, too. Alright, there's the incubators, and we will set these priorities to 7, I guess. There's our long line of incubators. And if this ever starts to heat up, I can always add Weezworts or something. I have plenty of Weezworts that are not even really being used right now. So, it is very, very simple for me to add some more Weezworts. Flower pot, deliver. Because we've got airborne slime lung that I very much would like to deal with. And then let's sweep this area clean. And I'm going to put some deodorizers around. everything here set to 9. Hell, all of it. Why not? I don't want you groomed anymore. I'm going to disable that building temporarily because there's no point in the ranchers going there and grooming smooth hatches when I intend for them to die. Looks like a lot of my power lines are being laid out. So that's good. And then this room, of course, is looking more constructed. Our deodorizer, our Buddy Bud, soon will have this slime lung beat. And that will be great for us as well. I'm going to dig out this gold amalgam because I'm always looking for more gold. Oh, sexy. Alright, new printables. Supplying, decorating, and suit wearing. They're good, but I don't really need a full-time supplier. I know that in the comments I'm taking a little bit of flack for being picky, but I don't care, man. I'm not in a rush. I can be picky. There's nothing wrong with being a little picky. This ain't no speed run. This ain't even a tutorial, guys. This is just me playing on it. Oh, goodbye. Middle of a task. That volcano sounds pissed. I'm glad it hasn't been uncovered. I just heard a hatch. Oh, I don't mean to wrangle you. I don't know where he was. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so 0 of this has been built. Nice. Nice. That's what I like to see. No progress. I'm just teasing. I have so many construction projects right now that it totally makes sense that they're overwhelmed. Alright, so we should be seeing... Yeah, the Buddy Bud is almost winning the fight here. And all of the polluted oxygen is gone. I think. Yeah. Most of it, all of it? Here. Gas. No, there's one little nugget of it. But I wanna clean it up so that there is none. That's what I'm headed towards. I'll leave this in place. So now that I don't have polluted oxygen, I can just get rid of the deodorizers. I don't want to leave them there. Oh, well, they spilled out some. You do require a minimum amount to convert for a deodorizer, and I guess it was just lurking there. It's fine. It's no longer slime lung in the air. Soon, the fluorescent will overtake this hydrogen. Good. I'm going to raise the ceiling up a little bit. I don't believe I have anything built in the ceiling, so I'm just going to raise it up on this side. It is for some additional storage bins, because I can see that this is filling the hell up. Alright, so soon the Buddy Bud will succeed. Actually, don't build that yet, because I want to sweep this out. Basically, I want to sterilize this little space, and I can always deal with it later if I want. Okay, so that looks good. What about my other construction tasks? So this power line's almost done. The insulated liquid pipes are not. The radiant pipes, nowhere near. And something super spilled. I don't know where this water came from. But my catch basin caught it. Oh, it's turning into steam, though. Yeah, it's too hot to remain liquid water down there. What's spilled here? My guess is, if I was to take a wild one, I had ices that were being hauled, and they stopped being hauled, and then they melted or something. No, that doesn't make sense, because this water is super hot. Well, it's pretty warm water. I don't know. I don't know. But, oh well. We have a little steam down here. It doesn't really matter. I don't care what gases get down here. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not like I breathe it. But I'll just mop up some of this water, wherever the water went. Alright. Well, we still have a ton of other stuff yet to build. So I'm going to actually increase the priority of some of these tasks. Some of these build tasks. To get the oil refinery progress a little bit further. Or the metal refinery. I don't know why I call it oil refinery. So, are we all floral scented? Yes, we are. It also means that it would not be a terrible idea to disinfect. We have a huge amount of slime lung infection here. So, go to cleaning duties, or just duties. Let's get all this sprayed down so it's not infectious, because I don't really have infection control here, right? I don't have sinks or whatever. So I need this nice and disinfected before I allow access to it. Alright, so as you can see now it is much better. It looks like there's a... This ladder is a little infected, but it's fine. A little bit of slime lung will eventually die off when not offered, you know, fuel. When not offered, like, polluted oxygen or something like that to keep it flowing. Alright, so at this point, I really want to sweep this, dig that. So let's make sure that digging is 9s. So I can carry away this gold amalgam. And then I'll close this up. And get it ready. How far can this reach? Okay, I can't reach that far. So, if that's the case... There. Done and done. So 4 storage bins Pretty good amount of storage. I got to say. Pretty good amount of storage. How's my 8, 8, 6, 8? I don't care about the 6. Do we ever... Oh, yeah, we're incubating it. So, this allows for lullabies. Because we'll step on the weight plate when we hug the egg for a lullaby. A lullaby is just a way to speed up incubation, I guess. It's the easiest way to put it. Alright, let's do some water filtration. And sweep up the remainder of this stuff. And then close this up. I'm going to close this up. And if, you know, we might access this area sometime down the line from this path. But this is going to be its own little bubble. Okay, so that was a good amount of gold amalgam. And come on, fully sweep. Good. Alright, now that construction, when that's done, we're done. Actually, get the Buddy Bud out of there. And maybe the deodorizer too. I just might want the Buddy Bud sometime down the line. Alright, new printables. Ice, hatch, suit. Oh man, these dupes are really terrible. I guess a hatchling? Sorry, buddy. Just, you know, your barbecue now. Now, the decor around here is probably pretty miserable. It is. It's kind of not my problem. I could make it a little nicer. I don't know if we could make it nice enough to be... Okay, I don't even have enough refined gold for that, and I'm using up a lot of my refined gold. I don't know. I might try to decor this up, but we'll see. I may not fret too much about that. At least we got rid of the slime lung in the area, and it's all cleaned up and nice for our refinery to operate. Alright, so let's sweep the rest of the stuff that doesn't belong. And plumbing, radiant plumbing. So this is going to look something like this. Good. That all has to be gold, and that's pretty much the length of my radiant pipes. Now, the rest of it is going to be insulated pipes. So we're going to have insulated pipes like, let's do... like that. And then a liquid bridge. Done. So... Yep, and then let's go insulated pipes over here. So the idea here is that hot oil comes out of the oil refinery. We'll add a little direction here. And then this goes to, let's see, this will go to a thermal pipe sensor. I'll just make this out of iron. And then it will also go to a liquid shutoff. Also make it out of iron. Because if the oil isn't hot enough, we want it to cycle back into the liquid reservoir. And if we deem it hot enough, we want it to go to our steam. Essentially, in the simplest of terms, We want oil to be stored in this liquid reservoir, so it can equalize in temperature. Oil to be moving through the metal refinery as we refine, and as we send it through the metal refinery, it will heat up a lot because the metal refinery heats up its coolant. If the oil is hot enough, it will go to the radiant pipe system and heat up steam in our steam chamber. And if it's not hot enough, it will get cycled back to go through another loop of refining. So that's the long and short of it. Let's see, lead, and this would be phosphorite at 6. So then, if it makes it through here, it will get sent down to the oil refinery, or to the steam room. And if it doesn't, it will get sent back to the... Here, let's put direction again. It'll get sent back here to the reservoir. And then all this reservoir does is feed the oil refinery. But then I want something else a little tricky. I'll set this up once this is done. So let's set this priority to 7. Right? You've been waiting. And I know I'm way over my normal 45-minute time, but this is because I skipped, or not skipped, I didn't have the time to record for last episode, so I'm trying to pay it forward now with a little extra. Alright, you guys should be probably starving by now. Yeah, your kcals are pretty low. Good. And then once they're dead, I will change the filter here from iron to... Actually, I can already change it. What would it be? Industrial ingredient, pokeshell malt. So the malt will head down here to be rock crushed into lime. Oh, we are done to cap this off. Let's build this one first. And that puts this in its own little pod, for lack of a better term. Now this coal storage should be 7. So I don't know why they're bringing coal over here. Oh, because this was 9. That would be my fault. Yeah, these storages need to be 6. Because I'd prefer the coal to be stored at the power plant. And we just emptied out the coal storage for this coal generator, which is a big dupe. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. It'll require our dupes to manually haul it. But it will be a lot faster when we have a door here. Alright, so that's the basic setup for the metal refinery. I'm also going to need a door here, a pneumatic door, to isolate this room. So that it's a power control station turns on and is used. Alright, a few more heavy watt wires to build. But it's mostly built. Do I have my automation wires? I do. I have most of the automation wires as well. So, what I want is the highest priority power to be the steam. So from, let's say, 95 to 70, I want to run steam. And then after that, I would want to run my hydrogen. Let's say hydrogen from 69 to 40. And then my coal from 39 to 5. So it prioritizes steam first, then it prioritizes hydrogen, then it prioritizes coal. I don't have natural gas in this mix yet, but I will in due time, I'm sure. Alright, we'll continue with this build and bring this up to 7 as well. Are we starting to put coal back? No, we're not starting to put coal back here. Oh, that's a problem. I'll manually sweep it eventually. I'll force it once we have this plumbing up. So then the last thing I want in this layout here, liquid bridge. So I also want another loop. I want, if the oil inside of my reservoir is hot enough, I want it to go for a separate loop. So that's going to look something like this, where we do the same exact thing. We have the thermal sensor and the shutoff, and then if it is hot enough, let's have a direction bridge. If it's hot enough, the oil then goes to the steam loop. And if it's not hot enough, it goes back into the reservoir. So taking a look at this, here's how it is. Essentially, here, I can unpause this. Oil comes from, or oil, this liquid valve set to 0, okay. Oil comes from, underground. We'll eventually pump more new oil in. It comes up. Oh, that is not reachable. Well, that's a problem. Let's get that reachable. Okay. Oil comes up from the ground. We eventually, or initially, send it to this reservoir. Then this reservoir feeds it to the metal refinery. The metal refinery heats it up a lot. It gets sent to this test sensor. If it's hot enough, and let's say this sensor is going to be at, if it is above 190 Celsius, it will then proceed to the steam chamber, and if it's not, it gets sent back to the reservoir. Liquid in the reservoir, if it's hot enough, gets sent to this sensor. This sensor is going to be the same, identical, as this one. If it's hot enough, it goes to the chamber. If not, it goes back to the reservoir. So even when the metal refinery is idle, if we have really, really, really hot oil in our reservoir, it will go to the steam chamber. And if not, it will just keep cycling through and balancing out its temperature until it becomes hot enough. I also just realized I made one other problem here. So I'm going to have a temperature sensor in my steam chamber and an AND gate. Like this. I want my automation wire to run like this. This is going to be really, really hot, so I'm going to have this automation wire be iron. Alright, so the reason for this is if the steam isn't hot enough, I don't want my steam generator running, right? The steam needs to be a certain temperature too. It can't just be really hot. Well, let's see what we have here. Digging, tidying, building, researching, farming, ranching, doctoring, tidying. No. Just gonna print out some more salt water. I know, disappointing. I was really contemplating that one. So I also don't want these steam turbines to run if there isn't hot steam in here. So it needs to be hot steam in here, which is what the thermosensor's for. So this thermosensor is going to say, let's say, if the steam is above 180 Celsius, run the steam turbines. And only also if the batteries need charge, which is what the AND gate's for. Let's not make a lead AND gate. I don't know what the AND gate overheat temperature is, but my guess is it would be better if I had, like, iron or something. Because, right, I basically don't want anything meltable inside of the steam chamber. Because this steam chamber is going to be probably, at times, one of the hottest places of my base. So, don't cook it. These are going to be powered on. There we go. And this is the 2K line, so it should be able to accommodate everything here. So let's get this up to 7s. Or hell, you know what? I can get up to 9s. All the way up. Well, guys, that is all the time I have for this episode. I really think that next episode we are actually going to make some steel. Because I have so very much of this already laid out nicely. So what did we do this episode? We built basically all that you see here, minus the steam turbines itself. We built the entire refinery setup room. We dealt with some of the nastiness up here. In fact, while I do that, let's put a insulated tile up there. We built radiant pipes and sort of the plumbing and the logic for the metal refinery. I replaced a ton of my floors with plastic so that we move a little bit faster. I added task lights for workspaces in places where we have workspaces. I set up the weight-plated incubators, and I designed a kitchen that gets swept up automatically. If you have any feedback for me, please do drop me a line in the comments below. I thrive on your comments, your feedback. Many of you are more knowledgeable about this game than I am, and I want to include your tips, tricks, and ideas into my videos. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really excited to get about getting steel and the metal refinery running really soon. I'll catch you all next time. Adios, friends.